You're listening to Miscast Commentary.
Hey everybody, welcome to Miscast Commentary, Coming Attractions episode. I am Joe Finley. Absent today, Todd Tebow the Sailor Murray. He is out to sea. I don't have much more to tell you. There are no current
Tales from the Sea.
because he's out there and he's doing shit. And I don't know what else to tell you about that. But we have a lot to discuss today. I'm lying, not a lot to discuss, but we got a big thing to discuss today. Before we get started with that, just little bits and pieces, things I want to talk about. Keep an eye out for me. Listen to the latest episode of Dueling Decades. That should be coming out next week, I think. Just keep up with our social media and you'll know exactly. I'm doing another episode of Dueling Decades. You'll see me on there. I'll be arguing on behalf of 1990, the week of November. This week, in fact, we are celebrating U.S. Thanksgiving. To my fellow Geth heads out there, we're also celebrating a little bit of sandwich night on the Wednesday, but we're not going to worry so much about that today. And we're also going to celebrate a little bit of Black Friday. So yeah, so much to discuss. From last we spoke about Disney Plus, and it is out now. And the reactions to the inevitable glitches were hilarious to me, because when has anything ever worked perfectly on its first day, especially when literally everybody came in to use it? It was kind of a baffling thing. I know some people who it didn't work for. It worked fine for me. I got on there. I burned through a bunch of stuff. I got through The Mandalorian. I got through Avengers Endgame. I got through The World According to Jeff Goldblum. Yeah, I watched Encore with Kristen Bell. What the hell? Got to get through some original content, baby. But the bottom line is, I've been enjoying it thoroughly. Everybody seems to be good now, but people were not okay with, and I'm kind of on board with this, but they were not okay with what was done with The Simpsons, and it was a really big deal. Twitter was on fire about it, and basically anybody who doesn't know, The Simpsons, they took all of the old SD episodes, the old 4x3 episodes, and reformatted them to be 16:9 to look HD. And anybody who knows The Simpsons knows that every single frame of video is chock full of jokes. And there were some really good examples people posted on Reddit and other places like that, where they were talking about a great joke about like the Duff beer plant, and it shows the three different flavors of Duff beer, and then you see that the same hopper is feeding all three things, but that gets cut off in the 16:9 version, so that joke just completely goes away, and that scene makes no sense. Good news, Disney has heard you, and they are fixing it. It will be in early 2020. Will be fixed and will be available in the proper SD. That is good. I don't mind when people fuck up. I really don't. As long as they're willing to say, hey, we fucked up, and we are willing to fix it. So, good on you for fixing it. But the bottom line is I am thoroughly enjoying what I am seeing so far. The Mandalorian, a lot of fun. It's a weird show. It's kind of like the second episode, not a lot happened in it, but it was fun and it was cool. And I like everybody who has been appearing in it thus far. People who don't know, the IG unit that was in... It just made me sound like old school, like G unit. But the IG droid that was in the first episode was voiced by Taika Waititi. We see a Yoda Baby is the best way I can put it. We don't know its exact species name, but there's a Yoda Baby in it, and it's adorable. And there are just a lot of Star Wars references. That first episode is like just lousing with like Star Wars references, and you have like the Salacious Crumb species. There's a couple of those, like, you know, roasting over a fire. You get the eyepiece thing that was at Jabba's palace poking out at another place, all sorts of stuff. I'm sure you've noticed it well enough. If you went out of your way to watch the thing, you probably are aware enough of what all those things are, so that's cool. The World According to Jeff Goldblum is kind of my MVP of the thing, though, because good God, I love to listen to Jeff Goldblum talk. He is just, I don't know, he's just everything. Anybody who hasn't heard the episode of Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend with him, that is one of the most insane hours of podcasting. And I say hour of podcasting because we exceed hour of podcasting all the time, so ours are more insane and thereby better, but I'm not really getting into that, and we're not going to, because then they'll start to, talk about numbers and stuff like that, and certainly we don't want to get into that sort of a thing, do we? We don't want to. I don't want to embarrass Conan with our numbers, both of them. But yeah, so anyways, anybody who hasn't checked those things out can obviously check them out. They're available now in many countries. I don't think the people who are being left out are all that affected by this podcast. So I think the Venn diagram crosses over well enough that if you're listening to this podcast, you have access to Disney Plus. So go check that out. A little bit of news today as I record this. They were talking about the potential sequel for the Joker and all this stuff, and it just kind of came out that there is no actual plan on making another Joker movie right now. They haven't signed Todd Phillips on. There were also rumors that he was doing other origin stories for other DC characters. That's also not the case. I think there's a financial logic to doing it, but I think there's an artistic logic to not doing it as well. So we'll see what side they end up landing on for that. I think they should probably put a little bit of their focus into the Batman right now and not worry so much about the Joker. That has passed, and they've got a lot of DC stuff coming up. They got Wonder Woman 1984. I think their talk of another Aquaman. So DC's got stuff going on, so just let them do their thing and let them actually try and develop something. So it's something I don't think that comes across very well when we talk about this, because I sound very pro-Marvel and very anti-DC. It's not that I'm anti-DC. I'm pro-good. I want everything to be good. So literally everything I turn on, this is awesome. This is awesome. I would rather every DC movie was amazing. I just happen to think that Marvel has done a better job. So you can understand when I want to go to a movie and I'm sitting there and I'm sitting at a DC movie and I'm like, I know what they've been doing with their DC stuff. I want them to be good. But the bottom line is I'm not rooting for anything to be bad. So here's hoping that everything is awesome and that we can go see it. Otherwise, I'll wait for it to be on some streaming platform or something like that, and then I'll watch it that way for a cheap monthly rate. And really the last piece of our puzzle today, again, I just don't want to take up a lot of your time when it's just me here. There is a holiday coming up next week, and it's on Thursday. So we are going to do what we did with our Halloween episode. We are going to move our Friday episode to Thursday. We're bumping it up, baby. One extra day for you. But we're not just going to do any movie. We have reached out and we brought in a good one, guys. We found the Thanksgiving movie to end all Thanksgiving movies. And I got a pretty big announcement about that as well. But first things first, let's listen to a trailer for the movie that we're doing. It's only an hour and a bit long, so you got time to watch this one with us. Join us for Thankskilling.
Guys, I was thinking, since it's Thanksgiving and all that, we should go around and say what we're thankful for.
I'm thankful that your mom has the juiciest in town.
Back in the 1500s, in the settlement of Crawlberg, an old Indian by the name of Feathercloud was dishonored by a pilgrim. Feathercloud necromanced a turkey that would stop at nothing to get what he wanted. To kill.
Everything's gonna be okay.
You don't believe me, do you?
I do believe you.
There's no such thing as an evil turkey. There's no such thing as an evil turkey.
This little baby bunny got its stomach gnawed open by a beak. Not just any beak. A turkey beak.
There's no such thing as an evil turkey. There's
No such thing as an evil turkey. Oh, wait. I lied. You just got Go team, Johnny.
All right, and that is it. If you have not seen Thankskilling, you owe it to yourself to watch this thing. If you're not going to watch it along with us, watch it on your own. But oh, good Lord, it is on so many platforms. You can find it quite easily. It's an hour and 6 minutes. It is a nice, quick watch. You can watch it between some football games or watch it with your loved ones. That trailer weirds me out so much because so much of it gets beeped, which is weird to begin with. But moreover, the word stuffed got beeped just because I guess they wanted to make it sound like he said something. But the fact that the turkey says you just got stuffed is kind of the best part, at least in my opinion. But I have not said the best thing. Ladies and gentlemen, we reached out and we got him. I will be sitting down with the director of this movie and the voice and puppeteer of Turkie. Jordan Downey is talking to us about this movie. I sat down with him for actually quite some time. We talked about a lot of his projects, and we talked about his love for the 80s horror movies and that in general. You will hear clips of him during our commentary episode next week. I will actually be joined by my wife, Carrie Findley, and we'll be talking about this movie. We actually discovered this movie together, so it seems only appropriate, more so appropriate because Todd won't be able to be here to record the episode because he's away at sea still. I'm sure we will get some
Tales from the Sea
at that point, but in the meantime, my beautiful wife is going to be with me. We're going to be talking that. You're going to hear some of the clips as we're talking about certain things in the movie. We're going to be playing some of the clips from the interview. And the following week, we're going to play the interview in its entirety. It's almost an hour and a half, and it is a lot of great stuff. He was very, very kind to speak to us for so long. Yeah, we're really excited to be sharing this with you. So we hope you enjoy it. Next week, Thankskilling. I'm super excited, guys. I'm not lying. It's a movie I can't even fathom. I can't tell you how many people I have told about this movie since we've seen it. There's been a long-standing tradition in my life, be it with Todd, be it with other friends, and be it with my wife, where we would go around and we would go to the video stores and we would look for just the craziest looking movie. And this is one of the few times where you really judge a book by its cover, in this case a movie. But this is how we discovered Jack Frost, the horror Jack Frost, not the Michael Keaton Jack Frost, as scary as that one was. But those kind of movies, and it's like Santa's Sleigh with Bill Goldberg, where he plays Santa, who you find out Santa was like a demon, and it's a whole thing. And we've discovered so many of these movies this way. And literally on Netflix one day, we're flipping around and we see the cover for Thanksgiving, Thankskilling, and it was just meant to be. And I am so happy to be bringing this to you guys now. I introduced this to Todd probably about 6 months ago, and God, it's a lot of fun, and I love having an excuse to do a special episode for you guys, and I really, really, really hope you check it out. So, that being said, Thanksgiving will be done, and then on Friday, we got a t-shirt sale, guys. TeePublic's all on sale, all that great stuff. Go check it out. Our Happy Life Day shirt is by far our best seller. But get one in time for Life Day. And we may, just wink, 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 we may have a new t-shirt available at that time as well. Maybe a couple if I get off my ass and do something. But keep an eye out for those. We hope you enjoy the shirts. We hope you want to support the show in that way, or we hope that you want to wear the shirts in such a way. And in the meantime, guys, count down the days, 6 days to be exact, to Thanksgiving. You're going to be all stuffed up and on tryptophan, which might be a really cool way to watch this movie. Like, you know how they tell you to watch movies high or whatever? Don't. Just say no. But say yes to stuffing your face full of turkey and getting that tryptophan high on, and then watching a movie about a turkey murdering people, and it will open your mind in ways that I think mushrooms never could. So that's just one man's opinion who's never done mushrooms. But what I'm saying is, I'm not saying I'm better than you, I'm implying it, but the bottom line is, just watch the movie. You'll enjoy yourselves. I'll enjoy myself. I'll enjoy you. You'll enjoy me. It's going to be a whole thing. So keep an eye out for next week's episode. Keep an eye out for our big sale coming up the following day. And then hold a loved one close and tell them you love them. I don't know. I got nothing better than that. In the meantime, guys, we will see you next week. As always, visit us at miscastcommentary.com. Email us, podcast@miscastcommentary.com. Find us on Twitter at miscastpodcast. I'm at JK Finley. Todd's at miscasttodd. You won't find any tweets there, but you can follow him. It makes him feel good. Instagram at miscastcommentary, and I'm at JK Finley there as well. Keep it consistent. Like us on Facebook, and follow us around. Again, go to the website and see when we're appearing at other places. Like I said, I will be appearing on Dueling Decades, and it should be a fun one. I'm counting on having better options than the opposite side, and still the judge taking them over me for whatever random reason. It's okay. I'm getting used to it. But it's okay. I have a lot of fun with those guys on that show, so I don't mind losing on it, but sometimes it drives me nuts. And for those of you who I won't be hearing from between now and then, have yourselves a happy Thanksgiving, U.S. Thanksgiving. Canadians, you've already had Thanksgiving. Have another turkey, though. Nobody's stopping you. Literally nobody. So just eat more turkey or something else that's just really like heavy, and like a stew or something like that. Just, really... It's gray up here, and it's cold right now, and just, really fill yourself up with something hot and get down on yourself. You know what I mean? Well, maybe I should reword that, but I'm not going to, because really, I'm not your mom. You do whatever. You don't do what I say. You do what you want. So that's my official defense too. If ever I accidentally say that like somebody should be killed, and then you kill them, and then they're like, well, Joe told me to. Well, I just said I'm not your mom. You don't have to do what I say. Also, if your mom tells you to kill somebody, don't do that either. That's okay to rebel. So I think we've learned a lot of lessons in this very short episode. But in the meantime, I hope to see you next week with Thankskilling, Jordan Downey, Carrie Findley, and that other asshole, Joe Finley. That's me. I'm the asshole. And we'll see you next week.
This has been Miscast Commentary with your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray. Executive producer, Joe Finley. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Visit www.miscastcommentary.com for all news related to the podcast. Miscast Commentary is a Miscast media production.